If you've watched the past two tales from the SMP, you know that at the end of every stream, Karl visits a dimension called the Inbetween. What seems to be the Disney castle is actually a place that will supposedly help Karl regain his memory. I find this quite suspicious. Really? A dimension that conveniently exists just to help Karl regain his memory? That sounds too good to be true, so I'll be providing my input on the in-between and why this place is a trap. Before the video starts, consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach my goal of 300 subscribers by the end of March, and it'd really mean a lot if you could subscribe. Thank you guys for 200, by the way. Now let's get on to the video. My suspicions of this convenient dimension have existed from the beginning. Why does this exist? Is it really just for Karl to regain his memory? Who created this dimension? So many questions left unanswered, which we can only speculate. If this in-between really is for Karl to regain his memory, did it just magically pop up when Karl was suddenly experiencing troubles? This sounds more like a trap rather than a rehab center. Let's analyze this castle bit by bit. When we're first introduced to this White Castle dimension, we are met in what is called the main room. As Karl ventures throughout the castle, we are now inside the courtyard. This courtyard has a birch tree in the middle and has a book that tells Karl this: you don't get to choose when you time travel or when you return. But you already know that, and that is something that will remain true. Something that doesn't need to remain true is your body's deterioration. I know that every time you time travel, you lose more and more understanding on who you are, and that is something that you can absolutely solve in the future. It tells Karl that he doesn't need to worry about his body's deterioration and his memory loss. As long as he can find a solution to it in the in-between, he will be totally fine. Or as they say, what if this White Castle is just a trap? What if instead of helping Karl regain his memory, it causes him to lose it? These are some very vague questions, but thankfully, I've got all the proof in the world. In the lost city of Mizu, it was confirmed that Karl was a time traveler, something the fans already speculated. In that tale, which was set in the future, the group of fishermen visit different rooms related to the current members of the Dream SMP. When they reach Karl's room, there's a book titled ? In this book, which I assume Karl wrote, he states that he has forgotten much of his memory. This tells us that the in-between did not help at all. Keep this in mind. At the end of the latest tale, Karl went into the in-between and found a similar titled book. In that book, it said, "Look under the tree." Later, Karl went to the tree but didn't look under. Instead, he went over to the tree's trunk and saw a book, "Don't Stray from the Path," repeated multiple times over 87 pages. Now, this is where it gets crazy. I have reason to believe Karl from a different timeline wrote that book and placed it right next to the tree, warning other Karls from different timelines to not go down under and investigate what's under the tree. Because under the tree isn't a solution, but a trap. If you look down under the water, you can see an iron door and a pressure plate. This is a trap that has already captured several Karls from different timelines. A trap that will likely corrupt Karl. What's under the tree is for you to speculate, but I believe that what's under the tree is the egg. You may be asking yourself, why the egg? Well, let me ask you this. When you look at the in-between, what do you see? A white castle, right? Well, you know that the red egg sucks the color red and turns it white. What if the in-between was not originally white? What if it was red and the egg just sucked this color out of it? The egg is under the tree and is trying to corrupt Karl. Hey, thanks for watching until the end. Please subscribe and help me get to 300 subscribers by the end of March. It would be my dream to hit it so early in the year. So, yeah. Also, thank you guys for the amount of support. We hit 200 subscribers. my goal for the end of February, and we hit it in like a week. So that's crazy. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do whatever. Thank you, and goodbye.